Live.
Going live. It even says you're live. Hey, happy Thursday!
Happy Thursday!
Oh my gosh, you guys won't believe this. We were able to invite a fabulous employee here of Elwyn, and we're going to get to know this wonderful lady.
That's me.
Who are you, wonderful lady? Introduce yourself.
My name is Christie Crossman, and I'm the Director of Employment Services here.
Oh my gosh,
I can help you get jobs.
Well, let's get to know Christie, and let's. How long have you been here with Elwyn? Not necessarily here at Fountain Valley, but let's start at the beginning. Where are you?
I came to Elwyn straight out of college from Cal State Fullerton in 1985.
Wow!
So,
Yeah.
I have been here for almost 36 years.
36 years. That's wonderful.
Yes.
Wonderful.
And I started out as a case manager. I believe I worked with some of you all in this room. Some of you have been here as long as me.
Oh,
I was actually known as Christie Harvey back then.
wow.
Some people still call me by my maiden name.
Okay.
So
So I know you as Christie.
I was a case manager, and then I was the intake coordinator, and then I was the rehab program manager. And at some point, I became a director of Orange County programs. And then we decided that we needed more management up in LA. So I transferred up to LA, and I became director of LA programs. And now we decided we needed me back here. So now I'm director of employment services.
Wow.
And we're glad you're
Lots of
here.
titles.
A lady of many hats, and I must say, when I still meet her at bus duty or
That's fun.
as a morning therapist, phenomenal. So, Christie, thank you for that.
When I was younger and I would do bus duty, we had a lot of people out there. We used to, a couple of us would go out there and see how many people driving by the freeway we could get to honk their horns at us.
I still play that game. I still play that game.
Not as many people honk. I think that
Right,
kind
yeah.
of grew up here these days.
Right. It might just be the traffic and them trying to pass through, but
Yeah.
I still count it. The running tally is 4 right now.
Nice.
Right. I do pirouettes. What is it?
Pirouette, yeah.
Yeah. And word little tidbit. She's a dancer.
Yeah, it was. I used to play the piano too, but I don't.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get more into Elwyn here. So we just asked your title and what do you do here? My gosh, what don't you do would be more of the question. The favorite, this might not be related necessarily to you, but I'm sure you would have one. What's your favorite production? Oh, can I just quickly elaborate? I'm going to wear my mask.
Oh,
But no.
Okay.
But since we are interviewing Christie, I think it's more important that you see her lovely face and get to know her face, especially if you want to contact Elwyn for employment or for a career or a job, or just say hello. Please get to know this friendly, amazing Elwyn face of 36 years. Phenomenal. So I'm going to ask her to keep her mask off. I'm going to social distance. We can't touch each other. So again, thank you. But your favorite production, you've seen some amazing things come through the pipe here. What have you enjoyed?
Well, I, as a case manager, I didn't learn a lot of the production jobs. The one that was very hard for me because things are difficult for me to put together. But we used to do, back in 85, 86, we did United States Army bandages.
Fantastic.
And so the people out in the shop would fold these bandages. And some of them would fold them so fast that they actually would make more money than me every 2 weeks.
No kidding.
And so I once went out there and thought, well, I want to see how we do this. So
Sure.
a couple of the people out there, some of the people that we serve would teach me how to do that. We also had a job called McGaw, and McGaw was IV hangers. That was a job I could never learn how to do because they were wires, and we had to pack them in a very specific way. And whenever I would get called out to help pack McGaw, the people that we serve over in the area that we're packing would always boo me and yell at me because I was so bad at it.
Wow.
Well, that is saying something about, that's singing our praises to the staff that's out there working really diligently with everyone who takes the time and patience to show them.
I would
That's a
tell
big
people
deal.
sending me out there, really, this is not one of my skill sets, but I'd go out and do the best I could.
Aw, well, that's awesome. Okay, so doing the best you could, and I really do enjoy seeing your smile, and thank you for allowing us to make sure you take your mask off, but thank you for that. And what makes you smile here, Elwin? What makes you drive over here and arrive and show us your lovely smile and having to cover it up though?
You know, the best part, honestly, we work with a lot of people here at Elwyn, a lot of different personalities. But what I
From
tell
staff to
from
clients.
staff to the people we serve, yes.
Yes.
And so your day, I tell people my day is always an adventure. That I can go in with one plan and not do anything that I've made on my plan, but still have had a busy day. We also
That's a great
get
statement.
to talk to people. The people that I work with are phenomenal, good people. Henry, Marcia, Annie, Carol, the people, just such people with good values and high, ethics, and always want to do what's right for Elwyn and for the people we serve. So that makes my job really pretty easy.
Definitely makes you smile. It's awesome. Okay, anything that Elwyn could improve or just boost up a little better? And if we just can't, that is okay to say that.
Well, of course, I'll say what everybody always says, parking. Our parking is horrible.
I say worker of the month parking. I want to say, because we do worker of the month.
If
for our
I'm being
clients.
selfish, I say parking.
Yep,
Well, I'd certainly like to serve more people because, of course, the more we're able to grow and expand,
Right.
the more we
Now,
can
thank
offer our services to
just a minute, sir. Let's listen to Christie and then we'll hear from you, okay, sir?
different types of people. So I guess that's part of my job is to work in growing supported employment and get more people, more jobs.
Right, and we do have quite a few clients here now that are driving. For
We
parking.
do,
So
we do.
again, let's improve that for sure,
We
for
do.
safety as well. So, okay, well, Christy, I appreciate you sharing with us for Elwyn aspect. We're gonna get a little personal.
Okay.
Here we
Okay.
go, guys.
Let me know.
Okay, masks
Here
off.
we go.
Christy,
That's all.
where were you born?
I was born in Orange County, California. I'm an original California girl.
Okay, well, I love
Yeah.
that. Welcome home. All right.
I never left.
What is, I know, right? Welcome home, never left. Tell me, what is amazing about your birthplace, Orange County, besides that Mickey Mouse was born here?
Well, I don't know. I could go there. I grew up in Anaheim. I was
Oh, no
living there.
kidding, really?
I grew
Okay.
up in Anaheim, and
Okay.
back then when you were like 10 or 11, I remember being able to go to Disneyland just with my friends, not with my parents. So back then your parents could give you $20 and they would lose you for the rest of the day because you could go to Disneyland. My mom would pick us up at 6 o'clock, take us for dinner, come back, get our hands stamped, go back into Disneyland till 12 o'clock. I mean,
No kidding.
Disneyland was a
For
weekend.
$20.
And well, if you wanted to eat something there, you had to get
Well, that's,
$5.
yeah. I smuggled in a
So,
PB&J.
I was
in there with you too.
Anaheim it was a fun place to grow up, and I lived there when I started. I still lived with my parents when I started working here.
Awesome.
So when I started working here, I was single.
Okay.
I lived at home. So working here, I got married, had kids.
Awesome.
I always say I grew up here.
Yeah, you sure did. Okay. Oh, so did you start working here at Fountain Valley?
Yeah.
And then, okay, well, see, I wasn't aware of that. We backtracked a little bit with
Started
Elwyn.
here. I had never been to Fountain Valley
Oh.
when I interviewed here.
Okay.
So when I interviewed, I kept calling for Joan McKinney, who at the time was the rehab director.
Sure.
And the secretary out front kept telling me, she's on the floor. You'll have to call back. She's on the floor. I did not know that terminology.
Well, sure.
What that meant,
Technology.
on the floor.
Yeah.
I thought, this woman is on the floor a lot.
She's exhausted. Get up already.
You learn such new terms. She's on the floor.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, now Okay, so now we know the on the floor. And then, if you don't mind, where do you reside now? Still here in Anna?
All I did was cross the railroad tracks, and I live in Fullerton, by Cal State Fullerton,
Where you went to college?
where I went to
Wow,
college.
you just right there.
I just stayed local.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna move straight into a lot of our friends ride our bike, take the bus. We have loved ones that drop us off, or family members, or sometimes we carpool together, or we just drive, right? Christy, how do you get here to Elwyn safely?
I drive.
Okay.
I take 2 freeways and a street
Okay.
to get here.
2 freeways and a
And
street.
then long
just-
street.
I like it. Okay, well, thank you for arriving here safely. And, okay, we're gonna jump right in. We really enjoy lunchtime, don't we, everybody?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, what is your favorite food?
A lot of different types of food make me happy. Although
Aha!
my husband would say I'm picky.
I have a 5-year-old palate.
Yeah.
Okay, so,
Well, I guess if we're cooking at home, I love it when we do roast beef, mashed potatoes, and gravy, and all that, because that was Sunday dinner growing up,
okay.
and it still can be at our house. And I guess if I'm feeling really special, I will get myself a Big Mac at McDonald's.
Yes.
I love those.
Oh,
But we
yes.
never have McDonald's, so that's why it's a treat.
Okay, well, I also hear that you really enjoy fish. Can you elaborate on that?
That is not true.
I don't know.
Henry,
I heard a really
Henry,
great,
Henry and I
a
will.
dear friend told me.
Yeah. Henry, who's one of my just closest friends here, anywhere really. We will have a Wendy's fillet of fish during Lent.
Yes.
I will have a McDonald's fillet of fish once in a while, but I will not have. I don't eat anything with their eyes.
I'm not a fan of eating anything that swims in the ocean. It's not my thing.
I like shrimp and lobster, of course. The
Oh.
bottom feeders. I like the bottom feeders.
Oh my Lord, that's fantastic. Okay, so you'll do it. You'll eat during Lent. Fish during Lent. Okay. What about you? You mentioned what makes you happy about cooking at home, especially during the pandemic. We probably did that a lot. What do you enjoy cooking at home? And who is the cooker? I'm the cleaner.
Well, my husband cooks during the week. When I was transferred
that's
to
nice.
LA, the kids were home.
So we have an Elwyn at LA.
Well, Torrance.
Okay,
Torrance.
just checking.
And I was sitting on the freeway for a while. I said, I'm not going to cook. I just can't do it. So my husband does the cooking during the week, and I try to cook during the weekend.
Nice.
So on the weekends, I try to bake. Baking is different than cooking
It is.
because you have to be very detailed with precise of your measurements, and I'm not a real precise type of person.
Yeah, that smidge and the pinch.
Yeah,
and the,
yeah. So
Do you guys understand what that means when it says a cup of milk? You're just supposed to place
Just
a cup of milk.
the teaspoon and the
Oh,
level
yeah.
teaspoon. So I do have a new cookbook with easy bread making. So I've been baking bread.
In a machine?
No.
No
it's,
kidding?
It's he's on YouTube. I can't think of his name, but I can make bread with flour, water, yeast, and salt. And it's actually pretty good. So
Okay.
people get happy when you bring them bread.
You'll have to teach us.
I will do.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, at least it'll smell lovely and,
But I like to cook soups.
yeah, wonderful, wonderful. All right.
Any questions?
Yeah, do you have a few more? Yes, Patricia.
I got worker of the month.
Yay! Worker of the month is very important.
And
I used to do that.
we are coming up on that, so we're all watching you
I
as
used to
well.
be almost as loud as Karen.
I know, I can't imagine. Okay, so, what about, any second languages? Sign language, anything that you learned or anything?
I know some sign language. We had a program in Torrance working with people who were deaf and trying to get them jobs. So I had a program manager who was fluent in sign language. If she was out and people would come, I would have to communicate. I was not very good, they would often laugh at me because I was making all these gestures thinking, and they would point and
I
laugh
talk
at
with
me.
my hands
But
anyways.
I knew enough. I think that
Wonderful.
doing sign, for me, actually signing is easier than reading it because many people sign very, very fast, and I can't read it that fast.
Right.
So I'm always telling people, slow now.
Is that what that means?
So,
Slow when you did that, more or
maybe.
less? Awesome.
I think so.
Everyone's always telling me no, this, and that just means calm down, slow down,
Yeah.
or this, knock it off. A lot of this.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I get that. Okay. Let's see. When you're not at Ellen, you clocking out. The day is done. You've gotten to majority of your tasks, but your day is done. Getting in your car, hobbies, fun, enjoyment. What is the outside?
Well, we
Relaxing
are
time for
pretty,
Christie.
both my husband and I are very much homebodies.
Okay.
My daughter and her son still live with us. My grandson is soon to be 3, so he's fun and keeps us busy. Excuse me, I read. I don't really.
To him and yourself.
I try to read to him, but I cannot compete with screens.
Oh.
You know, he's very good. He's almost 3. He's very good on my cell phone. You know,
Okay.
looking at YouTube. It's very hard to compete with screens and just read.
The animation,
Mhm.
right? Okay.
But he is learning sign language, though. He's learning sign language, so that's kind of
I
fun.
see an upcoming employer.
And so I read. I like a lot of TV. When on the weekends, honestly, I just like to be home. On Sundays, we go to church. I'm pretty active at First Lutheran Church in Fullerton. We have a very large food pantry, Caring Hands Food Pantry. We give meals out on Tuesdays, give groceries out on Wednesdays.
So good that you
So-
get back. It's a really good thing, you guys, to be courteous to your community. See if you can help out, take turns, be thankful, okay? Are you guys listening to Christie? It's a good thing.
So it's,
Yeah,
keeps me busy.
that's wonderful.
But
That is
really,
a beautiful hobby.
For my hobbies, I really, truly am very happy when I'm laying on my bed or on my couch, just watching TV at home.
And that was prior,
That makes me very
and that was
happy.
prior to the pandemic?
Yes.
No kidding, even
Yes.
if, okay.
Well, during the pandemic, we still worked.
Yeah. No, we
You
all,
know,
yeah, we were here.
We all still worked,
Yep.
even when we didn't have people here. The staff all still worked, so I was still going to Torrance, and
Sure.
we were doing contract work, trying very
Yeah.
hard to keep Elwood afloat and to make sure there were jobs for people to come back to.
Yeah. So that would kind of lead into my question of goals. What would you like? Maybe not necessarily for yourself, but maybe so. Maybe for you, for any loved ones, or even for your love of Elwyn.
Well, I think my goal for the program for supported employment right now is,
Yes.
the main goal will be to streamline the payroll system.
What does that mean? if
We
I
have
can
a
ask?
lot of job coaches who will send pictures of time cards, a text of a time card, bring you a time card, and
On a scratch piece of paper or a Post-it?
but they have time cards. And then I input all of that data into our payroll system. So usually I do that because it's easier to be not distracted. I do that at home Saturday mornings or Sundays. So that's a lot. I do about 23 of those, and it
Wow.
takes a couple hours. So eventually I'm hoping that our job coaches will clock in and out on a computer. We were able to get everybody a laptop. So that was a goal that we had and we've
How
accomplished.
wonderful that Elwyn was able to provide that. Yay for that.
Done that, so I'm just looking for better ways to run this program and to be more efficient with my time and more, of course, to grow the program so we can get as many people in jobs who want them.
Good. For clients as well as staff?
Yes,
Good.
Well, yeah.
Good. Yeah.
we always need people to serve and we always
Yeah.
need staff. We were able to raise some wages for some staff, so that was
Yeah.
important to attract new people. Because if we're not here, we don't have people to work with people, we won't exist. So.
Right. Because, Christie, I'm hearing that you don't just work, like, I'm fortunate enough to come Monday through Friday. So when 5 o'clock rolls around, I get to wave to you guys and say bye, and with a smile, I don't, I maybe think about you all, but I don't have to plug onto a computer for 24 or 48 hours.
Well, Henry, Marcia, and I always, three of us. I mean, the good thing, I've worked, Marcia and Henry have worked here longer than me, and I'm 36 years. So we all kind of know how each other thinks when we get into a room, or I can tell you what Henry's going to say before he says it. He can say what I'm going to say or what we think. But we also have people who call out very early in the morning. We're looking for a job coach to cover this side. I call Marcia and say, is there anybody who can cover this side? She calls me saying we need somebody at Vanguard. Henry calls and says, somebody called out. Do you have a job coach who can come in? So we
You're such a core
we
team.
know when that's not my mode of operandi. I don't prefer to work like that.
You
but
prefer everyone
we
to come in.
we can.
Yeah.
So
Aw.
so yeah, we're always either whatever it takes, whatever.
Who's your hero?
I don't have a
I'm
hero.
putting her on her
I
spot.
don't have a hero. I have, I'd say
Someone
that
that guides you or drives you or someone you look up to, even if it, I think it's
I think
yourself.
it's probably somebody who I admire a lot is our previous executive director, Joan McKinney. She was my mentor. She trained you how to be respectful and to the people we serve and how to put them first. And she also trained me that if anytime you're having a bad day, and I know Marcia and Henry are the same way because working with them is incredible. We have the ability to kind of walk out and be with all of you and remember why we do what we do. Because unfortunately, at this level, you often have to deal with some politics, work politics, money. We have to always strategize where we're going to get money from, where we're going to dedicate money to, and we don't really love to do that part of the job. So we come out here and remember why we do what we do. And Joe McKinney taught me how to do that. So she would be my mentor. My heroes are actually, working with Henry and Marcia and Annie and Carol are such good people. I am proud to work with them.
That's awesome. So that's going to lead me into right away, you guys. I know you elaborated on that and you already mentioned Elwyn is hiring, and we are hiring at a very competitive pay rate. So, please, communicate, connect with Christie. Look at our websites. Everything is online, correct? You can come in and say hi at the front door and all that good stuff. You're going to be greeted by friendly faces, a proper temperature, wash your hands, all that good stuff. But I really do believe that everything has to be going.
Yeah, if you go to elwyn.org, www.elwyn.org, and click on careers, Elwyn is nationwide. I mean, we have programs in New Jersey and Pennsylvania and of course in California. So you need to click on California and look at the types of jobs that are offered.
And the location, right? Which best works for you, because you guys, please get to work. If you're gonna enroll and hire here, make sure that's a good destination.
Yeah, because we have in California, we have offices in Temple City and in Fountain Valley. So you have to watch, and within Temple City, we have a residential, those are our main offices in kind of more north than us, where you and I drove.
Sure.
And they oversee our residential programs, and most of those homes, when they're advertising on our website, they'll tell you the city that the homes are in.
So please keep an eye on that.
City. We are located, we're working in Fountain Valley.
Yeah. And the hours, it might work for you. If it's an evening hour and you live over here or something, I don't know, maybe that works for you. But check the city, make sure, because we want you here, as well as clients and staff, because we want it to be.
And residential has evening hours. They're 24-hour care, so we do have, those midnight shifts that
Right.
I would sleep through, but.
Well, I was thinking during the pandemic, that might be awesome because my husband snores. Okay. So the other thing in support of employment, we did talk about that quite a bit, but is there anything you can add, because it seems like it's such an important aspect in your provided area of Elwyn.
Well, we're Elwyn, we are lucky, we have 2 job developers, and right now, many people are hiring. So the part that takes a while is the systems, of course, we can only work as fast as the systems that we deal with allow us. So, getting people authorized, getting us authorized to work with people takes a while. So, we encourage people, even if they're not quite ready to work, that's gonna take a few months anyway, so let's get you set up and let's get you on our list to get you going, just to be proactive with that. But we have 2 job developers, which was unheard of in my day, so, and they're very good at what they do, so,
That's awesome.
we get people through the Regional Center of Orange County. We get people you can connect if you qualify through Department of Rehabilitation.
Awesome. The other thing, I have my cheat sheets, my notes. Have you seen or heard of the active discovery bags from Ukraine that we were working on last week?
Oh my gosh, Henry was just
Right?
telling me about
I'm
that.
not kidding.
Good for us.
Good for everyone.
I was so excited.
Louise worked so hard on connecting with this lovely lady and her corporation over, again, here's my cheat sheet, you guys. I'm sorry, I'm not the brightest bulb. 42 organizations got together. And this lovely lady connected with Louise. I don't know how, but we're so blessed. So active discovery bags for Ukraine. It's kits for these kids, over 14,000 kids that we will eventually connect with. But we were able to complete 500 of them because 42 other organizations were doing their part.
Wow.
And what was in these bags? Soccer balls, drum sets. There were music instruments, coloring items.
And we had all that stuff here?
All the stuff was there.
Wow.
And it was put in a backpack. And our clients, remember, you didn't have a lot of skills with certain of them when you mentioned with your tasks. Every single client felt appreciative, and they went on YouTube and communicated and felt their heartfelt, like just their emotions about it. So
nice.
Click in, check out their YouTube, their channel. Our director Henry Michaels had some kind words to say and more items to talk about.
I heard that
Please check it out. It's
reading
really
the
nice.
newsletter.
He has more information about it. I'm sure I'm not giving it justice. I know that our administrator, our case manager, Jillian Rivera, also had some wonderful kind words to say. But again, you guys, just check out our YouTube stuff. Always, Tuesdays and Thursdays, log in. I think it's between 10:30 and 11:30.
Yeah.
And then otherwise, check it out no matter what. We always have Janelle popping in, telling us wonderful stuff. We learn about our states with Jeremy. He's on next, you guys. Where are we touring? Where are we touring, Jeremy?
We're going to Oklahoma.
Oklahoma. Have you been there? I saw the play.
And he said he didn't know there was an Oklahoma song.
I didn't even know
Oh,
that.
yeah, there's a
Jeremy's
musical.
Jeremy's
Yeah,
young.
What do you mean?
I was
What do you mean by that?
I was playing with the
I know
Partridge
what
Family
you do,
yesterday, and he thought I was
What do you mean by
nuts,
that?
so.
I had a velour dress and binoculars, and my mom, that's what she gave me, and I remembered that when I got together. Okay, well, we're gonna step out here, and we're gonna let Jeremy teach you about Oklahoma here. But Matt looks like he has a question.
Yes, ma'am.
I know how to apply for the years to make them.
Oh.
Yes, we've known each, 14 years, is that what you said?
No, 15.
15?
15 years.
I know how very he's on my family.
Yeah, I thought it was longer. I thought it was longer too.
That's
Yes.
really nice. Good person, right? Do you enjoy working here at Elwyn? Aw. Katie, what about you? Yes, you like her? Good. Well, you guys, thank you so much, and thank you for tuning in.
Thank you all for your time.
Thank you. Thank you so much for
Thank
taking
you.
the time.
Thank you for coming to Elwyn. I appreciate it. You guys are the backbone
Aw.
of us.
Okay,
so.
we're stepping out. Let's learn about Oklahoma.
Sing the song.
Oh, yeah. Da, 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 Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. All right, Jeremy, you're up.
Wait a second. Making some last minute edits.
All right. Thank you so much.
Bye, Carmen. Bye.
Bye. Thank you. Have fun, Jeremy.
Thank you. Where's the pointer? I got some points people. There it is. All right.
Okay, let me get you going.
You're gonna get me going to a different place in
Hello.
a different part of the country, of course. Oh, this is a nice computer. I'll just put it somewhere over the rainbow. I'll use this chair then.
Yeah, I need you for just a second.
So just give us a sec real quick, you guys, and then we're gonna go to Oklahoma, okay? But before we get started, so how's everyone this morning?
Good.
Good, awesome. Did you guys learn something new from that little interview? Probably? Okay. So, okay.
Hi.
Hi, Katie. So, anyway. So I understood that you guys do live streams on Tuesdays too. You guys draw? Yeah?
Yeah.
So what's your favorite thing to draw, you guys? Got a favorite thing? Any animals? Yeah?
I like to draw bunny rabbit.
Bunny rabbits. Those are always nice.
Bunny rabbit.
You like drawing bunny rabbits too?
Yeah.
Cool. So, amongst other things, you guys know how to draw kites? I tried to draw a kite once when I saw the movie Kite Runner. Kite Flyer? Something like that. So, yeah. You good? Oh, there it went. That's fine. So yeah, we're oh, there you go. So just hang tight, you guys. So let's see what we got the setup here. Functioning microphone like usual. We got a computer that's fancier than mine. All right, cool. I have to admit the picture is looking pretty good. So anyone watching at home, you may want to go backwards. There you go.
It doesn't want us to show it to see Oklahoma.
All right. That is very strange. So, anyway. Yeah. So there we go. To those of you watching at home, I don't know if this is a different type of resolution than what you're used to, because I'm looking at the screen and it looks pretty good, considering. What happened there, Shannon? Yeah, it's someone's picture. Yeah, for St. Patrick's Day. Does anybody remember that?
I did.
my God, that is over.
Yeah, well, I remember St. Patrick's Day on that day
Easter
too.
is over now.
Yeah, Easter's over.
Guess what it is? Spring.
It's raining.
Yeah, we've been in spring for a while.
Let's do it Day
Oh yeah?
and Mother's Day and Turkey Derby Day.
A what Derby Day?
The horse day.
Oh, the
Yeah, the
Kentucky
horse
Derby.
day.
Yeah.
The horses.
Oh,
Yeah.
Hey, no, horses.
You like horses?
Yeah.
Who doesn't? Well, maybe a certain filmmaker that I love so much. His movies are amazing. He doesn't like horses.
Sorry for the technical.
Sorry for the technical difficulty, you guys. So just bear with us. With us, you bear. That was a bad choice of wordplay. It didn't make sense. That's why it was so bad.
Whoa.
Hello.
Hi.
So, yeah. I'm also going to see if I can lodge my script somewhere right here, if that's even possible. What if I did this? Sort of. It sort of worked.
Okay, Jeremy, if you wanna, I'm gonna use,
Yeah.
take a shower. My mom's down for
Good.
Okay, so let's.
Let's just kind of read through it and then we'll.
Technical difficulties. It's the screen.
Hello.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. So let's just wing it real quick.
Okay.
So good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Working on it.
So sorry for the delays. Sorry for the technical difficulties. So let's just get started while the ladies are doing their absolute best to fix this little technical problem. So how's everybody this morning?
Good.
Yay! A little more enthusiasm.
Yay.
So, like Carrie said just a few minutes ago, we're going to be going to Oklahoma. So by a show of hands, who's been to Oklahoma? One. That's it? Okay. 3, 2, 3. Yep. Okay. So we're going to be talking about Oklahoma. So this is a state that if you look on it on a map, it kind of looks like a frying pan. Might be a fun story about that. Yeah. You been to Oklahoma?
You're being close.
Yep.
You can't
Yep.
down still.
Of course.
You know,
Yeah. So Oklahoma is a place that has a pretty old feel, despite the fact that it has been around for a little bit, relatively new to what we see with other states. So let's talk about that. So for those of you who have not been to Oklahoma, it is located in the south central region in the U.S. and the sort of Midwest area type of thing, but it's bordered by Texas.
oh, got it.
It's bordered by. You got it?
Yep.
All right. So let's go back to the flag. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you go to Oklahoma, this is their state flag. So there's some fun. And good job, ladies, by the way. Thank you for that.
Hi.
So, do any of these things look familiar to anybody? Do you recognize any of these items? No?
You will.
So, on this blue field, this is a shield. So, this is what is called a Saga Shield. And it is covered by 2 symbols of peace. Right here is a ceremonial pipe. And right over here is an olive branch.
Oh, nice.
So these 2 are universal symbols in Oklahoma of peace. And you're probably wondering why these plants in particular. Well, it's because, these items in particular is because this has been a universal symbol for peace along other symbols of peace, especially here in the United States. And then you also have right here the pipe. Native Americans long ago used to smoke this in a circle. And when people got together, this was often a symbol that said No war, no fight. This is a neutral zone. We're here to be peaceful.
Is that when they called it the peace pipe?
Yep, that's why they call it a peace pipe. And so then you also have 6 gold stars. Well, you can't see it, but these are stars, I promise. And so you also have this blue field, like I said, right over here, which was inspired by Choctaw people who adopted this as something like their national flag. And so then the blue field, it represents devotion. Devotion to your people, devotion to your land, that sort of thing. And the shield itself is about defense and protective warfare and showing peace and love by united peoples. So you have all of this representing peace. So let's move on to the next one. So on a map, here's Oklahoma. So Oklahoma is bordered by Texas, Arkansas, Missouri, Kansas, Colorado, New Mexico. Pretty sure we talked about, well, maybe not all of these states. Arkansas, you're next. You're next on my list.
Nice.
So the capital of Oklahoma is Oklahoma City. Yeah, Oklahoma City. It's both the capital and it is the largest city in the state. And as far as geography is concerned, it is pretty much just plains area. If you notice right here, because it's bordering Texas, there's a lot of flatlands, a lot of plains areas, grasslands. As far as the weather is concerned, it's pretty much what is called a humid subtropical. So humid subtropical means it's humid, but it's not too hot. It kind of resembles sort of like a tropical area. And then as far as certain areas, it could be what is called semi-arid. So that means it's dry. So you may want to be careful when you're traveling around Oklahoma, especially in certain areas. It's also known for its mountains, forests, prairies, rivers, lakes, and canyons, that sort of thing. So yeah, Oklahoma surrounded by all these states, and notice how it looks like a frying pan. Yeah, I remember as a kid, I used to think you could put your hand over here and take it out of the state, and you'll have a huge frying pan. Make your eggs and bacon. Yeah, if you guys haven't had your breakfast already. So let's move on to the next slide, shall we? So this is what Oklahoma used to look like on a map. This was because long ago, these were inhabited by native Choctaw people. They were the first people there, and then Europeans came along and they settled along these lands too. And it wasn't too long until people started discovering things like gold. So that created something of an industry. And then Oklahoma became the 46th state in the year 1907. And for a long time, it was a U.S. territory, but incorporated in 1907. This is what I mean by, for a relatively new state, it feels old. So we'll talk a little more about what else is known for. And as far as you're wondering where the name Oklahoma comes from, it comes from Choctaw and Chickasaw. The name literally translates either as red earth or red land. The reason why is because a lot of this was red because of the mesas. So in case you're wondering, that's where it comes from. So let's talk about what it's known for. See this? This is Black Mesa State Park. Yep. So if you remember the map, this is located right along the panhandle. So that's what it looks like. And be careful when you guys go here. It is very prone to storms. So if we move on to the next slide, let's see the storms. See that? It could be daylight one day, and then you'll see these big old thunderstorms.
Yeah, that deal.
It's pretty prone to storms. Oh, prone to tornadoes, prone to firestorms. Yeah. So you can visit the state park, but you better listen to the park rangers. They tell you to get out. They know why, and so should you, for that matter. So let's talk about more about Oklahoma. What else is known for? Take a look at this, you guys. Turner Falls. This is called Turner Falls.
So pretty.
Yeah, Turner Falls State Park is locally considered the tallest waterfall in Oklahoma. It is 77 feet tall.
What?
This is just an angle of it, but it's 77 feet tall. And this is despite the fact that its height matches another waterfall, Natural Falls State Park. And yes, people, you can swim there.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Just because the waterfall is tall, that doesn't mean you can't go below the waterfall. So yeah, if you ever want to cool off, there you go.
Take a swim.
Seeing as how the weather is getting warmer over here at Elwyn, California, here in Fountain Valley,
Yeah.
SoCal. Let's move on to the next one. Let's talk about some sports.
Oh, yeah, there you go. There you go. So this, yeah,
Oklahoma City Thunder.
right.
Guess where they're from?
Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So they're a basketball team based in, guess where? Oklahoma City, as the name suggests. So let's talk about a little stats here. These guys have won 1 championship, 4 conference titles, and 11 division titles.
Yeah.
So
I
here's
know
what
what
their
they got going.
uniforms look like. Here's their logo.
Yeah, what they got
OKC,
going.
Oklahoma City.
Like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys can see this. This is a shield with a basketball on it.
We call it now.
Yeah, so anytime you see this, you know who it is. Let's move on to the next one. Now, let's not get confused here. This is the Oklahoma City Dodgers. Do not confuse them with the LA Dodgers. That's a whole other sports team and a whole other sports altogether because this is baseball. Yep. Oh, yeah, Dodgers are a baseball team.
Dodgers are baseball.
I was about to
I'm
say.
like, whoa.
I'm looking at this and I thought that was a basketball. Hey, come on, you guys. I'm trying to segue as quickly as possible.
We're playing basketball with bats now?
Cool. Sounds dangerous, but cool.
Okay.
So, yeah, this is not to be confused with the LA Dodgers. This is the Oklahoma City Dodgers. Now, a little statistics here. Oh, and just so you know, the difference between them and the LA Dodgers, these guys are a minor league team versus LA, which is a major league
I
team.
got it.
See the difference, you guys? Minor league, major league, yeah.
Yeah.
Everything's medium league too in the middle. Hey, I'm just saying, if you got major and minor, what's the middle part? Medium? What else could it be? Yes, Katie. You a fan of them?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would be too.
Ready, man? I
So,
need your beautiful voice.
Yep. The little stats. These guys have four league titles, 3 conference titles, and 15 division titles. So nothing to slouch over for a minor league team. So
Very good.
here's their logos. Yeah, I'm not too sure what shape this is supposed to be.
A
Okay.
base,
Is it?
like home plate.
Oh yeah, that's right. And then you got these 2 baseball bats. And I'm pretty sure if you're confusing them with LA Dodgers, guys, it says Oklahoma City right here. Come on, you guys. Logos are everything.
No, you know what I mean.
So let's move on to the next one. Who is hungry?
Yes.
Okay, so,
Let me show you the first one.
Thirsty.
This is root beer.
yeah, my favorite.
Yummy.
Yeah. So root beer may not have originated from Oklahoma, but it's certainly popular over there. Yeah, so every time you serve root beer, you're given a beer mug.
That's nice.
Hey, at least you're sort of finding a loophole with alcohol and everything. We don't condone the drinkage of alcohol here. So let's move on to the next one. Who's hungry for some burgers?
There you go.
So let me just be clear. This is not a regular burger. This is what is called an onion burger. Let me explain how this works. You get onions, caramelize it, mix it with the meat patties, and then you grill it.
There you go.
So hey, at least you're getting some of your veggies, right? Yeah. Once you got that, you got your side of fries, your pickles, everything that comes with a burger. So yeah, sounds pretty good, right?
Yeah.
I would too. I've heard of onion burgers before. but never had one. Why not? Where can you find an onion burger here?
I did.
Oh yeah, make one. Easier said than done if you're looking for something authentic. Who's hungry for more?
That's true.
Yeah,
Is that fish?
That is catfish.
Wow.
Yep. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is catfish.
yeah.
So, just like you would with chicken nuggets and chicken strips, you deep fry these.
Nice.
So yeah,
Okay.
not that kind of cat. So let's talk about more. This is a fried pie.
No.
Do they do it just cherry or are there other colors?
There are other
colors,
other flavors.
flavors.
Yeah, they do other flavors too. Strawberry, cherry, blueberry. Yeah. So yeah, this is a fried pie.
Right.
So if you're wondering how they make this, a fried pie is just basically savory and sweet fillings, and they are cooked with pastries, flaky pastries, all in the same food. So, in case you guys are wondering, yeah, the fried pie is I wouldn't necessarily call it a staple, but yeah, it's something of a common dessert you'll find here. So let's move on to the next one, shall we? So guys, does anybody like donuts?
I do.
I do.
Yeah, so if you guys like donuts, these guys are pretty well known for their donuts too.
I too.
Yeah. So,
What kind?
well, these are called sunlight donuts.
Oh.
Excuse me, daylight donuts. You like donuts?
Oh, that.
Yeah? You guys like donuts?
Yeah.
Yep. Looks like everybody likes donuts here. So here's a funny story. Daylight Donuts was established by two kinds of people who wanted to blend different kinds of distinctive flavors and distinctive textures for their donuts. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you ever go to Oklahoma, be sure you keep an eye out for these Daylight Donuts. They're like donuts here in California, but, you know, that's how it goes. When you're talking about, well, I guess you could say a donut that was made in Oklahoma, right? So let's move on to the next one. So let's talk about some famous people. So, ladies and gentlemen, has anyone heard of Ron Howard?
I do.
You heard of Ron Howard?
Yeah.
Do you guys know what he's famous for?
I do.
You know who Ron Howard is?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a director.
Yeah.
He was a film. Yep. So he was a filmmaker known for. He's a filmmaker known for such movies like The Da Vinci Code, Apollo 13, and How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Yep.
So, do you guys like Christmas movies?
I do.
Oh,
I do.
okay. Each to their own. So, if you guys know Christmas movies, he directed back in 2000 a movie called How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Yep.
So, another thing that you guys might be familiar with as far as Ron Howard is concerned, he also played Cousin Opie. See that?
Opie.
Yeah. Back in the Andy Griffith Show. Remember we talked about that a couple of weeks back? Yeah. So a couple of weeks back we talked, or not a couple of weeks, but sometime back we talked about the Andy Griffith Show. This was Ron Howard as a kid. See the difference now between then and now?
Yep.
You got the before and then you got the after. Yeah? So if you guys remember the Andy Griffith Show,
Yep.
played as Opie. Did you guys like that show?
I
Good actor.
Yeah, good actor. He's also a good filmmaker in my opinion. So let's talk about more famous people. You guys know who this is? His name is Stephen Hillenburg. Yeah, he was he was, because he passed away a couple of years back. He is probably best known for this little script that he's holding right here. A certain cartoon show that took the entirety of television by storm. You guys know what that was? SpongeBob SquarePants. Nope.
Oh, no.
He was best known for creating the TV show SpongeBob SquarePants. Took the entirety of television by storm. Kids love that show. This guy was the creator. Yep. But apart from being an animator, he was also a marine biologist. In other words, he studied animals and life form in the seas and oceans. So yeah, this is where he got a lot of the inspirations from. See that? So let's move on to the next one.
Dad, can you still have the spot for it and everything?
So do you guys know Woody Guthrie?
I do.
No? Okay. That's fair. I suppose that's fair. Because Woody Guthrie was an American folk singer and a folk musician. He was probably best known for one song that everybody might be familiar with. Do you guys know the song? This land is your land. This land is your land. This land is my land. This land is our land. This is him. Yep. Yep. This is the song he was probably best known for. Yep. So Woody Guthrie is considered to be a folk hero amongst people in Oklahoma. Give him a guitar, give him a harmonica. I promise you, he'll just jam it out all day. Yeah, rest in peace, Woody. So this man is so revered by people in Oklahoma, they created a mural right over here. See that? Go to his hometown. Where was it? Okima. And you'll see this. So yeah. So go to Okima, you have this big old mural, and there's Woody Guthrie right here, and you got Oklahoma. So yeah, you know that you gain hero status when people put up murals of yourself over there on the walls. So let's talk about the people. Oh, before we go anywhere, we made some last minute additions. So does anybody know Blake Shelton?
I do.
This was recommended to me by a certain Henry Michaels. So Henry gave me some last minute information about a certain Blake Shelton. He was born in Ada, Oklahoma, but he ended up moving to Nashville, Tennessee. Yeah, I didn't know about it. I bet none of you known about this, but yeah, either way, right here.
Country music.
Yeah, country star, one of the biggest out there, actually. I never even heard of him until, yesterday, the day before? Yeah, it kind of shows you how cut off from the internet I am, right? So let's talk about some people in Oklahoma. So here's the Oklahoma map. You got the panhandle. As you can tell, there's a lot of flatlands, plains, mountains. So as of 2020, there are over 6 million people living in Oklahoma. So the most common ancestries are English, Scottish, Welsh, and Irish. Yep. So with most people living in Oklahoma City. And yeah, I know I could have brought up Tulsa, but I think Oklahoma City would have been a lot better if I had been paying attention a little more to the cities and everything. So shall we conclude today's class? So here's the license plate. Explore Oklahoma. Yeah.
Expired.
And it's expired. Yep. And even though it says Delaware, I have no idea why. Yeah, don't ask. I know you can barely see this, you guys, but right over here is a little map of Oklahoma. You got the frying pan, as I like to call it.
Kind of in the back, or like somebody pointing.
Yeah.
Right.
Look over there. So let's conclude today's class, shall we? So Oklahoma is a relatively new state, but it has an old feel to it. So if you ever go to Oklahoma, remember, a lot of the people love their music. They love their culture. Oklahoma is a place you should visit. So thank you, everybody, for joining me so much. So, see you on the road.
Thank you, Jeremy.
Thank you.
Hey, Jimmy. Welcome.
Bye, Jerry.
How you doing, people?